welcome to the weekend. And as I know, today is what I say, there is a ritual is there is a festival going on. Today is the Vishwakarma Puja going on in West Bengal and maybe in some parts of India as well. You all used to celebrate. Okay, so I would like to wish each and everyone. And since Durga Puja is ahead, I would like to wish you all to have a safe Durga Puja ahead. And welcome to this weekend. And today we will be discussing about a new chapter, a new passage, which is completely what I say. It is completely different from English. Not only English, so it is more than of English than it is of geography and physical science. Okay. Please put your hands up in the comment box and say yes, yes, hi, or yes, I do like. Those who like the subjects geography and physical science, please put your hands up. I hope everyone likes it and everyone would be very much interested in the chemicals, mining. So today we will be concentrating on to that part. Friends of mine are okay. Hi Tarun. Hi Tarun. Sorry for the interruption. I think there is some network problem going on. Uh, extremely sorry. I think there was some network completely hampered. Okay, it's not in my hand. So please. Okay, so hi Tarun. And I could see two people start today's session. Okay. Okay, now it's correct, I think. More of geography and physical science than of English literature today. I mean, the basic knowledge. Nature in its oxidized form as the mineral called cassiterite. So the oxidized form of tin, okay, which is so cassiterite has been the primary source of tin throughout history and remains the primary source of tin today. Small amounts of tin are also covered from sulfide minerals such as stannite. Cassiterite is found in alluvial deposits. Everyone is aware of the alluvial soil. So in the alluvial deposits, so you might be knowing that in the mines and very deep down the earth surface, we have, I mean, our ancestors or other who used to work in mine have found or discovered this type of metals, obviously under the ground. Okay, so it is this type of tin is being found. This cassiterite form, the oxidized form of tin, the I mean where the alluvial soil had been deposited or accumulated. Minerals. Cassiterite is mined by the dredging of alluvial deposits. So no, so it is actually a type of mechanism. It is dredging is actually a type of mechanism where the minerals are being discovered or are being taken out from the soil. Okay. I hope I'm completely visible. So, what does anyone know what is the meaning of load? Load deposits. Does anyone know what is the meaning of load deposits? So, a type of accumulation in the alluvial soil or any types of soil. Okay. So dredging means a type of mechanism where it is being excavated, it's being extracted. Dredging means actually uh, it actually this type of mechanism actually happens with the help of a ship or in the middle of the sea. Okay. Actually the dredging is the removal of the sediments and debris and the waste particles of the animals from the bottom of the lakes, rivers, harbors, and other water bodies in the world because sedimentation. So everyone knows what do you mean by sedimentation? Sedimentation is the process you know, everyone, where there is a sediment, you have to extract the pure form of the metal, right? Okay. Deposit where the ore is broken up by either high pressure water or an excavator. Excavator means which just take away, just extract at a type of crane, a type of crane with the help of a type of crane or hard rock mining methods, usually from underground mines. Crushed ore is concentrated usually in co-location with the mine through a combination of flotation, gravity, and magnetic processes. So here you can see, my dear, the I mean swim, swim kind of thing. No, this anyone know? And can anyone tell me the example of buoyancy? Have you heard of the term buoyancy? Buoyancy, which was being discovered by Archimedes. Okay, so actually flotation is a buoyancy. Suppose, for example, in a bathtub, you have put some heavy amount of iron into it. So you will see a splash, a huge splash of water. You will be thrashing on the water the same amount of water will just overflow. So this is buoyancy. Flotation, yes, extremely sorry and extremely what I say regretted for the inconvenience because I know there is a huge network issue together I was facing and please try to forgive me because it is not in my hands because it is due to the weather conditions. So my net visible to everyone and audible. Is it okay now? Can anyone tell me, please? It at any moment you all are uh, seeing anything or you are, feel free to tell me. Let me check out that how many people are watching me live. Okay, yes, I could see some network issues are again occurring from my side. Yes, Adarsh, yeah, nothing to do. So today it's running on Wi-Fi, but still the Wi-Fi gets hampered due to the heavy rainfall. Okay, hello Yuvraj. I could see new faces. Hello Yuvraj. Hello everyone. Thanks for being a very lovely audience. Please do watch my live. Okay. Okay. So now again, start. Okay. Crushed ore is concentrated usually in co-location with the mine through a combination of flotation, gravity, and magnetic processes. So I have told you about what is flotation. So if anyone haven't gone through the or acknowledged the meaning of flotation, so flotation is a phenomenon or a process in which buoyancy of a material is being weighed or being detected. Suppose you are in front of you there is a bathtub where it is filled up with water. So if you throw in there huge amount of iron or iron material, so you will see that the same amount of water is flushing. So it is known as buoyancy, which we have read in the Archimedes principle in our physical science chapter. Okay. Okay. Crushed ore is concentrated usually in co-location with the mine through a combination of flotation, gravity, and magnetic processes to produce a cassiterite concentrate containing 70 to 77% of tin. So here you can see that 70 to 77% of tin is there in cassiterite. So it may be the purest form. Okay. But in other forms of tin, we can find only 60%. Okay. Tin concentrate is then smelted by heating it in the presence of a second in the presence of carbon to 1200 to 1300 degrees Celsius. So can you just imagine about the temperature? So we all get totally smashed and totally blazed in 50 degrees Celsius or 48 degrees Celsius. So can you just imagine that 1200 to 1300 degrees Celsius, it is melted. Okay. Reducing the cassiterite to tin metal and releasing carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is here being released from the cassiterite, which is the oxidized form of tin. Okay, and here the tin is being separated. Following the smelting process to produce tin metal, the remaining impurities are removed through a refining process, usually at a facility co-located with the smelter. Refining tin involves heating it to temperatures just past the tin melting point. It to temperatures just past the tin melting point, allowing impurities to drop out as solids. Okay, so whenever the smelting process will be go on the during the phenomenon of smelting, you will see that impurities are being totally casted. So it will just drop out as a form of solid. And then skimming of the pure liquid tin. Skimming means a type of sieving. So you are just extracting the purest form. Refining is done by either heat treatment or electrolytic process. So everyone knows what is the electrolytic process. So electrolytic process in which the water is being broken down with the help of some catalysis or with the help of electricity. Okay, so what is the formula of water? Okay, hello, Sidi Mohammed. You want algebra, so you must watch Ronak sir's episodes or Ronak sir's live sessions. Yeah, I would like to try to give you the link below the description box. So you could go and watch the live sessions of clarified very well. Okay, Yuvraj, you got it. Thanks a lot. And Siddhi, if you want algebra, so you must go to Ronex's live session. So I will give you the description. So I guess in this week is yeah, yesterday was his class, was his live session as well. Okay. So can anyone tell me what is the formula of water? Can anyone tell me? Please try. Where is Tripti today? I can only see Tarun, Yuvraj, and Siddhi. Others, others, Tripti, etc. Other people, yeah, very good, Tarun. So the formula of water is H2O. That means that water is being produced with the help of hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Okay, so it is being formed. And if we want to break the water into the different cations of hydrogen and oxygen, if we want to separate, so we have to undergo the process of electrolysis. So here refining is done by either heat treatment or electrolytic processes. So when electrolytic process and refining goes on, then it is being circulated to the markets, right? Heat treatment uses carbon-based fuel as a main heat source, usually in a reverberatory furnace. So can anyone tell me what do you mean by reverberatory? Everyone is accustomed or aware of the term furnace. So anyone? Furnace is a type of metallurgical or process furnace that the material from being processed in contact with the fuel. Suppose whenever there is a furnace, you might be knowing that there are some crude oils present there. Some crude oils, petroleum. Petroleum can be present there. Diesel could be present there. Kerosene could be present there in a reverberatory furnace. Okay, so in that metallurgical process, the process furnace, in which it makes aware and makes assure that the process, during the process, the metal or the refined metal does not comes in contact with the fuel, because if it comes in contact with the fuel, and that too in a furnace, and that too in a 1200 degrees Celsius up to 1300 degrees Celsius, along with carbon dioxide, then there could be a bombardment like the Chernobyl. I hope everyone knows about the Chernobyl incident. Charbonyl. How many does you know about the Chernobyl? Who are aware of the Chernobyl process or the Chernobyl incident? Can anyone tell me? Please, please be active. So, Ukraine, where there is a place called Chernobyl. Okay. So, where during a test of the low power, there was something went out of control. And I want to tell you that Chernobyl is a nuclear power plant where there was something, I mean, there must be the diesel or the metal came into explosion. Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, no one knows about Chernobyl. They haven't heard. Okay, so so there should be some precautions should be taken. So that's why the river with as I have mentioned you all that here is a heavy rainfall going on. So that's why. Okay. So where were we? Tin is often found in everyday life, and it is the primary component of solder. So solder is combined to two pieces of metal, allowing an electrical charge to flow across the connection. So how many people are watching? Let me see. And before going to the next paragraph, I want to tell you that please try to like, share, and subscribe our channel, and please try to share more and more of these videos, which will. So I hope everyone is listening to my session. I know there is in my hand. Really don't know why it's happening. Okay, so let us start again. So tin is often found in everyday life. It is the primary component of solder. Solder is used to combine two pieces of metal, allowing an electrical charge to flow across the connection. Solder is used on every electronic circuit board, and it is difficult or expensive to replace. So solder is a type of okay. So solder is used often on electronic circuit. There are some substitutes available for tin. So whenever you are buying tin in some of the marketplaces, so you are not sure because maybe there some people are there who can give you some cheap metals in the name of tin. You're not sure about that. It may be soldered. So how you can know, how you can differentiate between tin and solder? Okay. So whenever you are, how can you be assured that it is tin or it is solder? So then there is a process is being told. So solder is used to combine two pieces of metal, allowing an electric charge to flow across the connection. Solder is used on every electronic circuit board, and it is difficult or expensive to replace. Okay, there are some viable alternatives. Solder has been made from lead and tin, from the primary metal in solder. Tin is also a primary component in food grade tin cans, manufactured tin plate. Tin plate is so annealing is also a phenomenon of smelting. The resulting metal formed into cans. It then used in canning cans. Consumed, which is being where solder is being used of the metals of tin and lead is there. Okay. I let me of physical science have idea about the metals or minings. Let me see. Let me see how many. Hello, hello everyone. Hello everyone. I think there is some very serious network issue from my side. I extremely I'm extremely regretted for the inconvenience. Hello? I think there is some serious network issue there. Okay, extremely sorry. Extremely sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. Extremely sorry for the inconvenience today. Extremely sorry. I want to continue from this part only. So, what is solder? Solder is another composition of tin, which is made of lead and tin, an amalgamation of the metal of lead and tin. The solder is also used on electronic circuit boards. There are some substitutes available for solder. So you must have a cans of this size, which we used to consume. So there is an amalgamation of the metal of lead and tin. Tin is also a primary component in food grade tin cans manufactured from tin plate. Tin plate is made by annealing molten tin. Annealing is also a part of the phenomenon of smelting process. Okay, where the purest form of tin is being extracted tin into a steel sheet. The resulting metal formed into cans is corrosion and leaching of steel into the food product. So everyone knows what is corrosion. What happens? Suppose rust, a type of layer which can damage the metal. A type of rust which usually is formed in a layer which is formed in iron as well as in tin as well. Okay. So it has this tin plate helps from rusting or from corroding of the tin. So it assures or ensures that the packaged food or the packaged beverage is completely safe for consumption. Okay, it's the purest form. The resulting metal formed into cans and then used in canning food, where the tin prevents corrosion and leaching of steel into the food product, so that the food product is not getting amalgamated or not getting too much glued to that particular material, which can cause harm to your health. Okay, so it makes it aware of it. Tin plate accounts for about 25% of domestic key tin consumption. Because tin is not harmful to humans, it is the preferred method of canning and preserving food for long term storage. So, you must be hearing that in the cold storage, so where people used to preserve some foods for a very long time because tin is not a harmful element or a metal for human beings. Okay, so it is safe. So you could store a food or the food materials for a very long time. Okay, so let me see how many people are watching now. Okay, only two people are watching. It is a preferred method of canning and preserving food for a long term storage. Substitutes of tin plate include aluminum, steel, or glass. The first and the last is completely okay. The between one is not okay. It's not only harmful for that, is plastic. Substitutes for tin plate include aluminium, plastic, and organic coated steel. Tin is also used in chemicals and accounts for 35% of domestic consumption. Okay, now only the last paragraph is left. The tin supply chain is complex and often opaque. Opaque means where light does not passes through a substance is known as opaque. That means you are not getting knowledge of it. That how the supply chain of tin is going on. We are not aware of it. Okay, it is we are here we are talking about trade and commerce, export and import businesses. Okay, how the market supplies go on. Companies usually report products that they supply to the marketplace. However, they may not describe which of their plants use starting materials or processes. As a result, plants reported for some multi plant corporations may or may not consume or produce all of the tin materials reported. Some large companies have multiple plants, which may or may not have been described in sufficient detail to identify their location or the tin material that was processed. So here the multi-plant where the how the market area or the how the business goes on in order for the supply of a particular metal is being described here. Okay, as a result, plants reported, plants means not the tree or plants, plants means the type of steel plant or a type of metal plant. Plants reported for some multi-plant corporations, the MNC or companies, industries, may or may not consume or produce all of the tin materials reported. Some large companies have multiple plants, which may or may not have been described in sufficient detail to identify their location or the tin material that was processed. So, how the exact process or exact address of the company may or may not be given. Okay, so if there is any discrepancy, so you cannot report there. For example, information was not available on teen producing companies, and many companies that were reported to have been teen suppliers could not be confirmed as such. Companies changed names, were referred to imprecisely, changed ownership, or went out of business. So we are not getting the actual composition or exact details that what material is it, because the companies are not revealing or not disclosing the facts. Okay, so this is how business goes on. Okay, so that was the end of our passage. So now we will straightly go into our question and answer round. So before going to question and answer round, please do like, share, and subscribe our channel, and please do like, share, and share our videos too with your friends and family. And please like the channel and like the videos. Okay. Question number one. Based on the passage, the author would most likely consider tin to be option A, expensive, option B, practical, option C, complicated, and option D, synthetic. So, what do you think? So, let us go to the very first paragraph so that you could make a short and brief idea that what actually the author was trying to tell regarding tin and its oxidized form of cassiterite and stannite. Please do read, everyone. I want answer from each and everybody. Please. Okay, only two people are watching. I want more and more views. What about other people? Please try to answer. So what do you think according to the passage the author have told us? Okay, about teen. So what do you think? Is teen expensive, synthetic, What else? So let us straight go into the options. Is it practical or is it complicated? Everyone, please try to answer. Okay, so the correct answer is, based on the passage, the author would most likely consider tin to be practical. So here, expensive material we are aware of, that is solder. Okay, complicated, no such complications. Everything is being explained very clean and synthetic, no way. So the correct answer is B, practical. Now coming to the question number 2, which choice provides the best evidence for the answer to the previous question? So what was our previous question? The tin to be considered as practical. So now which line proves that tin is practical? So let us go to the lines. So option A, lines 14 to 18. Let us go there. Crushed ore is concentrated usually in co-location with the mine through a combination of flotation, gravity, and magnetic processes to produce a cassiterite concentrate containing 70 to 77% of tin. What do you think? 70 to 77% of tin. So what is the correct answer? So this was option A. Now coming to the option number B. Line 38 to 40, electrolytic up till tin. So let us go there. The smelted tin is the anode and the cathode collects the pure tin metal. Electrolytic processing is more expensive but provides up to 99.99%